Hey everybody, it's Michelle with Michelle C Fitness, and I am making this video today based on a really awesome question that was asked in one of my challenge groups, so I hope she doesn't mind that I'm spreading it all over the World Wide Web. I try not to mention names. However, if you want a shout out, just let me know and I'll be happy to be like, and I'm also, all natural today, no makeup. I found some new face stuff that I'm trying out. I did get a little sunburn this weekend. I do not recommend getting sunburns. Not good for your skin. And I had my, SPF makeup on and everything, but I did not reapply it, obviously, to my nose because I was at a vineyard and just relaxing and having a good time. So, anyways, moving on. The question actually pertained to Shakeology, and it was just a question about the cost. It's how do you justify the cost of Shakeology as opposed to if you were just to buy fresh foods and throw them all in your blender and make you a little smoothie. And there's a wonderful video that Tony Horton did that goes over the cost of everything that Shakeology has in it, because it's more than just fresh fruit and a handful of spinach. There's a lot more that goes into Shakeology, and so a lot of the things that we don't necessarily think of when we think of the cost, when we look at the price, because I'll be totally honest, a few years ago, whenever I first started on some of the like higher end I said Beachbody programs like P90X and Chalene Extreme and all of that, was when I first heard about Shakeology. And my coach was like, have you tried Shakeology? And I was like, no, but I'll get right on that. And then I clicked and I'm looking and I was like, oh my gosh, seriously? But what changed my mind is I started doing some research on it, and the ingredients, really, that is what you're paying for twofold. Okay, you're paying for the ingredients because, one, they are better ingredients. I mean, these are things, it's similar to the new face stuff that I've been trying, is a little bit more expensive, and I'll tell you about that later. It's from Lush, but it's, it's all natural. It's more expensive because the ingredients are more expensive, and when she rattled off the ingredients, I was like, well, yeah, that's going to be pretty pricey. Shakeology is the same thing. So one, the ingredients are just better. Two, it's also harvested in a fair trade way. So in other words, they pay these farmers and harvesters a good bit of money to do what they do, which then in turn helps their community. It helps them grow. And, from what I work with, I work in anti-trafficking and anti-human slavery. So the Fair Trade Act has really become deep-rooted inside me. And so that's another thing that you are paying for, because you're paying to keep everybody else employed. That being said, as I move forward with, the cost of Shakeology and the benefits of it and everything, I simply want you to know, as a nutritionist, it's the only shake that I can back. It's the only one that I can, on the market now, that I can truly say, yes, this is healthy. It's a good addition to your daily diet. However, I never, ever, 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 ever want anybody to go into debt over a shake. So if it's not in your budget, then it's not in your budget. My husband and I, we literally budget out for, both of us get a home delivery, and we budget out for it. I mean, we just know it's like part of our grocery budget. And so, that's how we handle it. If it's just not doable for you, it's not the end of the world, okay? You're not gonna look like an elephant if you don't drink it. It's just one of the best supplemental additions to your diet, okay? So the cost of Shakeology, it costs about $4 a glass, which is cheaper than, like a Denny's Grand Slam or some of these fast food things that you go through if you're trying to get something that will actually fill you up and be good for you. However, with the Shakeology, you're missing a lot of fat grams. You're going to miss a lot of the calories. And it's like 130 calories for your shake if you just do it in water. Now, be mindful of some of the recipes. They get a little crazy. And my favorite little indulgent recipe is peanut butter and banana that I put in mine. You can always do PB2, which is a powdered peanut butter, instead of regular peanut butter, if you're watching your fat grams a little more closely. So that's the average cost per glass. What you're getting is high quality ingredients. You're also getting digestive enzymes. And, the question was, well, wouldn't we get more from actual fresh fruit? Well, here's the deal with your fresh fruit. Whenever they pick the fruit, you have about 48 hours before the enzymes in the fruit start to die off. Well, it takes more than 48 hours for them to pick it and then ship it to your local grocer. So usually by the time we get the fruit, they no longer have their enzymes in them. So basically all you're really missing is the fructose. I'm not telling you not to eat fruit, okay? Don't take it that way. I'm also not telling you to replace every meal with Shakeology and depend on it for your nutrition. Please don't. It's just an addition, okay? Remember that, it's just an addition. So it's a good way to get those enzymes and things that we don't get, even if we do eat our fruits, our fresh fruits, throw them in there and all of that. To be totally honest though, the majority of my clients, especially every single client that I have that comes in for weight loss, it's not fruits that I have a problem getting them to eat. It's the vegetables, okay? And I know I've done many, tough love videos about this and everything, and I'm just gonna tell you one more time, you're not a toddler, eat your vegetables, okay? Seriously, eat them. And the problem is that over 90% of the population of our nation does not get the recommended daily amount of vegetables. So, think about it, because there's no known disease to man that requires you to eat less vegetables. All right, I work with a lot of nutrition clients who have, celiac disease or something like that, where they can't eat all the whole grains. They're like, eating whole grains ain't gonna work for me. However, eating vegetables, I don't work with anybody whose doctor says, oh, don't eat so many of those. No, those green things, not good for you, okay? Eat your vegetables, all right? Shakeology has just taken those vegetables and they made them a little more palatable. Do not depend on Shakeology for your vegetables, toddlers, okay? It's an addition. You're still gonna have to eat your vegetables. You're just gonna get more servings in, because most of us we don't get, for one, it's because a lot of people don't like their vegetables, but two, it's also time-wise, because vegetables are so low in calories and the servings are huge for your vegetables, that we usually don't have time within our day to get all of that in. So Shakeology allows you to get all of your servings in without, the muss and fuss and everything. So again, just an addition though, not a replacement. You can't drink a Shakeology with your T-bone steak and say that you had a steak and veggies, okay? That it doesn't work that way. So that's kind of the base breakdown of Shakeology and what it's for. Again, I don't want anybody going into debt over it, okay? If it's not in your budget, work it out if it means that much to you. Be a coach and sell it. You get like 20-25% off, something like that, if you sell it. So it can work into your budget a little bit easier that way. But if it's just not there, it's not there. Focus on healthy nutrition and eat your veggies. Yay! Okay. So the second thing that I get asked a lot, this wasn't in the challenge group, but I get this question a lot, and it's the food pyramid. Like, what diet do I, is my lifestyle normally based on? And I actually follow an anti-inflammatory food pyramid. I am a big fan of Dr. Weil. I studied under him when I went through my nutrition degree and everything. And he breaks everything down. It's so easy to understand. And also, he actually on his website has the anti-inflammatory food pyramid. Shakeology does fit into that. It's a lot of vegetables. And it's also, some fruits. It's about variety, because if you eat too much of one thing, which in our world, because we're so busy, next thing all the time, that we tend to just get stuck in this food rut where we're eating the same thing every day, and they're finding that more people have developed food allergies because they're ingesting the same thing, and your body will then start to develop an allergy to it. So it's important to have variety. I eat a lot of lean meats, especially fish. I do eat some chicken. I do eat some red meat. I'm not opposed to a really good steak every once in a while, not at all, because, you can get some iron from that and all. We eat a lot of beans and rice. It's like a Mediterranean diet, but tweaked a little. And my diet has a lot of healthy fats in it. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, things like that, because that helps my joints. And I find that if I'm very careful and I follow the anti-inflammatory pyramid, then one, I get to enjoy dark chocolate and red wine, yay, And two, my inflammation, the arthritis and everything doesn't bother me as much. So that's what I follow. The last thing is, whenever you find yourself with a barrier, like a serious barrier, and that can be, you know, the deterrent of money to get healthy food, or it could be, you know, just lacking the knowledge to do what you need to do. By the way, there are websites that are full of knowledge, and we are really just waiting for somebody to come look at it. Also, it can be things like your friends, your family, things like that. So my encouragement is know what your barriers are. For me personally, I always had a fear of success. I would always get right up to where I needed to be, and then I would just bottom out and kind of sabotage myself. So I had to face that head on and deal with it so that I could get past it into where I actually wanted to be. So know what your barriers are and then face them. And if you're having trouble facing them on your own, gather up some groupies to help you. All right? There is no shame in asking for help. So that is my encouragement to you on this Wednesday. I hope that you have a healthy day, and I'll see you next time.